Hi, this is Jonathan Kutsavatsky at IBC 2025. I am here with Saleha, the new CEO of IABM. And please tell me about yourself.
Hey, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. So I'm Saleha Williams. I joined the IABM as their new CEO in December last year. So I'm 9, 10 months into the role. I've been over 30 years in the media technology, media entertainment industry. I've worked with Sky, the BBC, news and broadcast all over the world, East Coast, West Coast, Asia, all across Europe, and also on the technology side with Google, Siemens, Cisco. So I have that blend of both technology and the end sort of broadcaster media streaming background.
Can you tell me a little bit about the IABM and what your mission is?
Sure. So the IABM is the International Association of Broadcast and Media. Obviously, broadcast is expanding in terms of what that term means, but we have over 400 members globally. We are the world's largest trade association, and we support our members, vendor technology, companies, organizations with information, research, business insights. We are an owner of IBC. We do a series of events and conferences all around the world, connecting and enabling our members to do business, meet each other, meet end customers, as well as innovate, collaborate, and drive that forward, including things like the regulatory standards information and skills and training.
Why was this organization close to your heart? Like, how did you get there and why is it important to you?
Having grown up in this industry, I think this is my 30th IBC. Um, the IABM was incredibly close to my heart because we are at the center of the industry. We are a not for profit organization that is here to support our members. And, it's a tough time out there right now, economically, geopolitically. Things are changing literally by the hour, let alone by the day. So enabling our members to navigate that and really understand, how we can best support them and support the industry is why I took on the role of IABM CEO.
And in the media industry right now, what do you find as the major disruptors, technology-wise?
So obviously AI, but I think it's also, there's some major disruption around security, around the overall democratization of media. So, there's the obvious in the AI side, but I think it's also how we are expanding our market in terms of technology vendors who are here, exhibitors who are here, who can really expand their market presence, looking at those challenges, business transformation, economic models, new business models, AI as a technology itself, but also how that is really working across the entire ecosystem from a services perspective, a security perspective, obviously IP, cloud, data. So really, I think the challenge is being able to realize we are at a pivotal time for our industry.
And what are these challenges that organizations are facing?
The challenge is to look at how best to make this work from an ROI in the short term as well as longer term, and not just trying to build in AI for the sake of it. So, that there's been a lot of negativity around it means job losses, it means people, and there are huge redundancies and things across the industry. There are companies that have been around for a long time who unfortunately are closing their doors, closing down. But I think the key challenge is to look at where can you best leverage this from a creativity perspective and a business commercial perspective. And that is where, having the ability to look at AI as an opportunity as well as cost saving, but also just really cool stuff that can be created around that to reach new audiences, I think is really exciting.
How can organizations tap into new revenue streams using artificial intelligence?
So the obvious is things like translation services, being able to reach different audiences in different languages, and AI, that's an immediate, very quick win. But it's also the ability, if you take sports, for example, I was doing a talk at the All England Tennis Club, Wimbledon, for the sports video group just before Christmas. And we were talking about their ability to create in real time using AI sort of B-roll or footage that just would have taken days, if not months. And they were showing me videos that they had put together to celebrate the winners, the losers, the whole sort of range of sports people. Previously that would have taken a huge amount of time. So there's the time saving, but also then if you take tennis as a sport, you have a range of audiences that are experts, elite fans, so to speak. So the content that they want is different to maybe somebody very new to tennis or younger generations coming into tennis. And being able to create content fast that is so pivotal to those audiences on different platforms in a creative way, I think that is what is some of the more exciting ways of really using AI to really touch audiences.
We're using generative AI to produce new content,
Oh.
and AI is producing, and it's great, and it's becoming personalized content. Is there some kind of concern that people will, if content's getting created for them, they're going to be brainwashed or just follow their own view and get real tunnel vision? And what can they do to, what can we do as a media industry to not give them this tunnel vision and expand their thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also that responsibility that we have as an industry to say, we can create more of the content we know you would like, but also let's ensure there is integrity, whether it's news-based, research, fact-based, sort of documentary style. We need to, as an industry, ensure we keep that integrity and communicate how you do that. And I also think that is, part of the content providers, it's part of their role to, again, message that in their marketing, in their content, whether that's digital, online, television, wherever that is, to say, yeah, there are these other channels, these other types of content, rather than just passively taking in one set of newsfeed or content feed that's being pushed at you.
With generative AI, essentially, is who owns the content in the end? If I am I the person making the prompt? Do they own the content, or the faces like the Tom Cruise that you might be replicating? Do they get a right to the content? In the end, who owns the content?
Right now, we do not have the answer to this. There's a whole series, as you know, of lawsuits and questions that are coming up. So I think it's something where we have to take responsibility. We have to work together across the industry, and we have to work across different regions that have different cultural expectations of ownership, as well as the ethical side of that, of standards and the quality, the kind of content. What would be acceptable and work in the Middle East is not going to be the same as what will work in America. And when you then start looking at content that's been produced by AI, that becomes a whole can of worms that is even further complicated. So I think it's something we as an industry, we have to keep having this discussion and trying to get to resolutions where we agree this on a standard and a responsibility perspective.
I believe it was Norway or Denmark recently just put up some regulations regarding using their citizens' facial features in AI and stuff like that. What's your opinion on that?
The principle is no different to if you, back in the day or even here at the show, you go into an environment where there's filming taking place and you give your permission to be used. And I think it's maybe using AI to automate that permission structure, but keeping that respect of individuals and privacy concerns, and doing that again in a responsible way.
So, what excites you these days about the media industry? What's driving your passion?
I think what's particularly exciting is the ability for real high quality content to be produced, and the younger talent that is doing that. So as IABM, we have 12 students here that we fund every year. So these students are filmmakers and television doctorates or degrees that they're doing. And they are coming into the show to understand, how do we really take advantage of this technology? And the way that they do that is just they look at producing and creating in very different mindsets to what we traditionally, I think, have done. So I think new talent and the creativity of utilizing the technology is one of the things that really excites me.
So young people that are looking to get into the industry, what should they start focusing on?
There are various pathways, and I think for me, the guidance or advice I would give is, where are your strengths that you really want to leverage? What do you enjoy? What are you passionate about? Some people love coding, some people like writing or painting or that, creative side. And from that, talk to people here at IBC. There are so many talks happening. There was the Talent Manifesto, did the World Skills Cafe. There's the IBC Talent Program, and you have experts talking about how to get into, as well as what you can expect in these different pathways in the industry.
Leah, thank you so much for joining us. It's been truly a pleasure. Do you have any final words about the health of the media industry?
The way our industry is going, we cannot think in the ways we used to. And working together, whether that's on product innovation, whether that's collaborations across content, for me, as somebody that loves the industry, is absolutely key. So I think collaboration, innovation, creativity, and partnerships, that's where I see the health of the industry, enabling the survival as well as the ability to flourish as we go forward.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your IBC and have a good trip home.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you so much.